All right, guys. So today's episode on the Fishing Kitchen, we are making a quick and easy recipe for smoked kingfish. Now, what we have here is probably 6 to 8 ounce portions of skin-on kingfish, lightly salted, a little bit of pepper. That's it for the seasoning. And then the containers that they will be resting in for the next 24 to 48 hours. We have some light brown sugar, and that's it. We're not putting any kosher salt in this recipe. So these fillets go skin down on the base coat, or whatever you want to call it, of the brown sugar. Put these bad boys in here, and that's a thin layer. It's probably only about a half an inch. So you want to get these guys in. We'll go ahead and fill both containers with our pieces. And let's do this one too. All right. And just one more for now. So now that we have these in, we only have a few other pieces. That's going to be all that we're going to be smoking. All right, once you have that, you're basically going to be taking some more brown sugar. Going to sprinkle it all over the top. A little bit easier to do with 2 hands, but we can make it manage. All right, so once we get the brown sugar in on the top, I'm going to go ahead and spread a light layer around. All right. Going to take some more brown sugar, just enough you want to put on top to ensure a good coating. You want a proper coverage so no air is exposed to the flesh side of the meat. So cover it all up where you don't see any more fish. Go ahead and give that a good pack down. Make sure everything is covered up. And now you can take your other layer of fish. Go ahead and throw that right on top. And you're essentially going to be doing the same thing with this. All right, everything's in. One more layer of the sugar on top. Now, that is ready to be covered and put in the fridge. We'll see you guys within the next 24. All right, guys, here we are, almost 48 hours later. If you remember what this looked like when we put it on the sugar, completely dry, and the brine has done its magic. So what you do now is just take these pieces. They're much more firm. A lot of the moisture is gone. Obviously, they are covered in sugar. So for demonstration purposes, to make it easier, we have a bowl of just regular room temperature fresh water. Normally you would rinse these off in the sink, but like I said, for demonstration purposes, we're using this. All right, so rinse it off, get all and whatever remaining sugar is left off. All right, we're gonna do this just for a couple pieces to show you. And once we get done with this, we'll go to the fire and get it going. Now I'm gonna do a cherry and applewood smoke with these pieces, and they will probably smoke for about 4 to 6 hours in the range of 200 to 250. That's the temperature, obviously. And we'll show you what it looks like in just a little bit. All right, so there we go. We have those pieces laid out on a paper towel. You want to be sure to come back after they're all laid out, pat them down very well. You want to remove all the moisture. We don't want to put these things on the smoke while they still have water on them. All right, those are ready. We'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, so here we go. We got the kingfish laid out on the smoker. We're using, again, applewood and cherry. Start the fire with a base coal of hardwood lump, and then put the wood on top. Should start smoking after about 20 minutes. We'll show you what the end result looks like in about 4 hours. All right, guys, we're about an hour and a half in. We're just under 200. Still got some nice smoke, and they are starting to get some color. Should be done in about another hour or so. All right, everybody, so that's the final product. It looks delicious. Stay tuned and keep an eye out for the follow-up recipe on how to make the infamous Fishing Kitchens smoked kingfish dip. Later. All right, welcome back, everybody. In today's video, we're gonna go over the ingredients that we're using for that smoked fish dip. Caught those kingfish, smoked them the other day, so those are perfect and ready to go with the vegetable ingredients. We got garlic, jalapenos, 4 green, 1 red, scallions, and tricolor bell peppers, 1 red onion, some chives, and then the wet ingredients are gonna be simple as well. We got sour cream, cream cheese, some mayonnaise, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then just a touch of extra virgin olive oil. We'll be back with you in a minute when everything's ready and prepped to be mixed together. So what seems like forever and a day later, after all the chopping, we're ready to mix this stuff together. So there's all our onions basically. This is our jalapenos. I decided to put this in the food processor to make it really small so it melds well with everything else. There's your peppers. There's your garlic. Not as chopped as finely as Uncle Polly would have done it, but it's gonna work. If you got that reference, drop a comment below. And here's our fish. So you gotta remember, they were skin on. So you take the skin off, basically put it in that bowl, break it all down. That white block right there, that's the cream cheese. Now we're gonna throw in some mayonnaise, probably about half of this jar, to be honest with you. And then we got the sour cream. That's probably gonna be about half of that as well for the portion. Not really a strict recipe as far as quantity is concerned. It's all basically how it turns out with the moisture content and how easy it is to mix. So once I get this all mixed together, we'll let you know. We're going fishing tomorrow morning, do a little patch free fishing, and this is gonna be our lunch. So follow along with us tomorrow and you'll get to see the taste test. Well, this is the end result, guys. A huge container of smoked kingfish dip. We saw the ingredients earlier. There's only one thing left to do, is to let this stuff meld in the refrigerator, let all the flavors come together. Usually a couple hours is good, but even the next day it tastes way better. So I usually eat it with wheat thins, any other type of cracker that has the girth and strength to dig in this stuff is good. You can use it on vegetables like carrots, celery, bell peppers, whatever you want. But follow along. We'll be eating this stuff for lunch tomorrow. Thanks again, guys.